And thank you, everyone, for joining us on this episode of Children of the Periphery. So I am your bespectacled storyteller, Michael Diamond. My pronouns are he, him, and we are getting back into Children of the Periphery, which is a cipher system adventure. We want to welcome you in. We hope you are having an amazing day, and we look forward to entertaining you for the next few hours. So before we get started fully, I'd like to make sure that you know that you can find us not only here on Twitch, but also on Patreon to support the show. And that is at patreon.com/The Old Ways Podcast. You can check us out over on YouTube as well under the Old Ways banner, where we have just a little bit over 800 or so episodes for you to enjoy. This is our first stream of 2026. And so if you are the type of person that likes to dig in deep to back catalogs and see all the things we've done before, we encourage you to do that as well. And so now we're going to get to player and character introductions to my right.
Hi, this is Morgan, and I play Captain Amara Kazra, and my pronouns, or our pronouns, are she, her, and, Cap is a brash explorer who learns quickly-ish. So really, as we discussed offline, she is a jerk playing a jerk. Who plays a jerk? I mean, no, she's really not, but no, she is. I don't know. You decide.
I'm not going to couch it in any way, shape, or form. I'm just going to say next to Captain Kazra.
Hi, this is Mav. I play Tamarisk. Our pronouns are they, them. Tamarisk is an empathic speaker who commands mental powers, and I'm just looking forward to the next planet.
Yeah, I mean, given the timeline, given your urgency to find humanity a home, otherwise there will be a rather upsetting colonization event that happens over the planet you arrived in. You certainly want to find a home for humanity quickly. Next to Tamarisk.
Hi, I'm Skip. I'm playing Quinn Keller. Pronouns are he, him, just like me. And Quinn is a lucky warrior who pilots the Starcraft. And I am so glad that I wasn't the one being talked to last week, because that was very awkward.
Yes, awkwardness abounds in space. And last, most certainly not least.
Hey everyone, I'm Lecco. Today I'll be playing Sergeant Montgomery Donald Ducky Sinclair, a mechanical strong legionnaire specialist who fuses flesh and steel, who is still trying to process the delicious word salad of moral complexity thrust upon him by his very complicated captain.
Yes. Word salad is a way to explain some things. I think that it's clear that with the crew, the tensions are a little bit high after coming off the jungle planet that you were just on. And so to recap for those of you who are just getting off of the last episode, Thalar was a planet very much larger than 2 or 3 times larger than Earth. It moved very slow through the galaxy. It was super, super humid. It had a ton of massive jungle plants on it. It is a place that could support life for humanity with some specific struggles. And for whatever reason, perhaps the reason of danger, perhaps concern over the planet's potential occupants, the captain decided to pull up stakes and go on to the next one. And so that is a gamble that she has decided to play, hoping that the third planet will be, well, the one for them. So we're going to join the crew back in space on the way to the third planet. But before we do that, I think it's very important for there to perhaps be a I'd like a intellect roll to start based on the information that you have to prepare a flight path to the next planet or the next one you think is in range. Whoever would like to lead that charge, you may do so with the ship as an asset.
Quinn, plot a course.
Yes, Captain. I'm assuming, would pilot skill be applicable?
I think that's applicable, certainly.
Okay. I am now specialized in pilot skill.
Ooh,
so that'll take it down 2. Is that correct?
It would, yes.
Okay. So I'm at down 3. And I have 1 edge in my intellect pool. I'd like to use that as well.
Sounds fantastic.
Okay. And to start out, we roll a 16.
That's very good. So the way this database works is there are a plethora of planets you could potentially go to. And so you select one which seems to fit really all of the major check boxes, right? It's on the other side from where this planet currently is. It's a little bit smaller, maybe, but based on some of the long range sensor data that you were able to obtain from this drive, it looks like it checks every box. It's sort of in this, as scientists would call it, Goldilocks zone of habitable planets. And the difficulty is getting past some of this additional debris and perhaps a little bit of nebula work that you're going to have to do. And so with a difficulty piloting to there of 6, you push that all the way down to a 2, and then are 10 points over with a 16. So you not only plot a course to this planet, but you plot one which is exceedingly effective. And it should arrive you there based on high engine output, probably in the next week. Which, for our timetable, is going to put things at quite the strain. Because you are already 3 or 4 days past portal at this point. It means that you are going to have to get there, inspect the planet. You'll have less than 3 days to determine whether or not that planet is good, and then get back. Because you'll pretty much be close to that 4-week line at that point. But you plot a course, and the Periphery makes all haste to the location. What I'd like to ask, of course, in that week, is there anything specific characters would like to cover? Conversations you might want to have, skills you'd like to work on, perhaps equipment you would like to adjust, build, create? Or would you like to maybe just dive in a little deeper to understand what this planet you're heading to is?
I mean, as for the sergeant, I believe Ducky's intent right now is to make sure that we are as prepared as possible for the next away mission. And I think that the Ghost is going to be the best candidate for that. So I believe I have like a 40-hour project that would do well in my getting some attention over the next, if we have a week, that gives me plenty of time to work on that. In addition, there was mention of technology on the ship that had the capacity to construct things. And so I wanted to get my head around that as well, because I imagine I could use said device or hardware or functionality to try to build, as opposed to slapping together a bunch of parts with, duct tape and hope, actually manufacturing something that would be useful using whatever materials we have on hand. Are we able to use salvage or anything like that to recycle it? Or
Yep. So there's an entire machine in engineering that does exactly that. It basically is a resource. It basically breaks down resources, raw resources, into their elements, and then goes through an extruding process and extrudes them into printable elements. And then you feed that gunk into what is effectively an industrial 3D printer to print parts.
Okay. So I will spend some time. I'm guessing that no one's cleaned the ship in a while.
No.
So I'm gonna go around, and I will spend the next few days, in addition to working on Ghost, picking up everything that isn't useful or has been waste or is otherwise salvage, destroyed, or broken. And I'm either going to determine I have 2 piles, fix it or slag it, basically, are going to be my options.
Okay. Yeah. So I won't make you roll necessarily, unless you're looking for some sort of specific benefit based on it. But it is work that you can do that will do 2 things, right? It gets you to a specific goal that you have for yourself. It also sort of narrows the sergeant's availability. There's a lot of time you have to spend, so you can sort of hole up inside engineering and do nothing else but be in engineering.
Yeah. So I'll do that. And so, the goals would be basically to work on Ghost and get that remote working. And the remote would be my kind of prototype, my first project for this manufacturing. So building the adapter or whatever I have to build to make it work, and then the transceiver and Ideally, I'd like it to be something that I don't want it to necessarily be like an old school RC remote. I'd like to have something that I can pilot either with like a wrist jacket that I can tie to my armor or something like that that I can use to keep my hands somewhat free.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds reasonable. So we can talk a little bit more on that. Then I will just sort of go around the horn then. Quinn, what are you doing with a week of time in flight?
Well, the first thing, probably closer to when we get to the planet, I'll start working on the sensors, kind of getting a feel of what the surrounding part of the planet is. If I want to have to run into any meteor showers or anything like that as we get closer. Um, but before that, he's probably going to spend some time working out. He still remembers getting his butt pushed a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So he wants to improve on some of his, let's just say, fisticuff skills. So maybe some of that, and maybe take if there's a place in there, and I'm not sure if there's a place to like for target practice or anything like that. So he'll be taking advantage of that as well. Just trying to work on some of his skills that he hasn't had an opportunity to work on in quite some time.
Yeah, the cargo bay is basically the best place for any sort of target practice. That's probably something that the captain and maybe FIDA hooked up a while ago. It's probably something that is sort of single user, very constrained spaces. There's probably a lot of holes from the Vulcan pistols because obviously they're ballistic, so they actually send rounds downrange. But it's there and available to you. There's probably stickers like on the wall from Icarus or other people who've done things to like make it a little bit more crew like. So I can imagine there being a scoreboard, an old scoreboard between like the captain and Icarus at one point during some of these adventures. You just feelings of home in a way. It's something that's very common that soldiers would do something like that to personalize their own spaces and places.
And part of the experience that I spent was getting an edge in my might pool, so that would kind of represent me working out, training a little bit, and getting in a little bit better shape, considering I have been asleep for like a long time. So.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
yeah,
that makes sense.
So that's what we'll be doing. But as we get closer to the planet, I will start using the sensors and seeing if there's anything that I need to be aware of the closer we get.
Okay. And then Captain.
Yeah, so during that time, I know some of that time will be spent having Rakam and the ship evaluate the face mask that I found on our first planet
Mhm.
that I cannot remember the name of,
That's okay.
that I haven't told the crew about yet. So that's the first thing I'd like to do. And then after that's evaluated, I would probably go, depending on what the results of that were, have a conversation with Tamarisk about how do I see Tamarisk as kind of our person to lean on for advice and my own personal therapist sometimes. And so I would go talk to them and get their thoughts on what next steps I should do to show them the face mask and whatnot. But
yeah, the face mask, the one you picked up on the last planet,
the lizard planet.
The lizard planet. The lizard planet is definitely of Third Horizon origin. And more concerning probably for you is that it is of Coriolis descent. So the tough part there is like there's no one manufacturer on Coriolis station that would make something like this. This is very common. Anybody could have had it. But so it leaves a lot of questions. That's part of the problem is like whose mask is it? Definitely fitted for somebody who's of average size, but of course they're adjustable. And probably something that was used at one point within the last, say, standard 6 months. So it's not at all like super, super old either.
Yeah, with that information in hand, I'll go locate Tamarisk on the ship. Not sure where they'll be, but
Arboretum, probably.
Arboretum, where they tend to hang out.
Yes. It's very
Well,
calming.
I'll walk in there and wait for them to notice me. I don't want to interrupt their meditating or praying or whatever they might be doing at this time.
What can I do for you, Captain?
Tamarisk, I have a quandary and I need your assistance or advice.
Oh, that's a new situation. We've never been in that before.
I'm turning over a new leaf.
Mm-hmm.
And I pulled a mask out from behind me, and I've been, just kind of pulled it at them. And so you remember that first planet we were on with the lizards in the
Yes.
cave? So I found this mask in the water, and there were indications that somebody had lived there for, I think there were 274 marks on the wall, or thereabouts. They'd been there for a while. And I don't know why I didn't tell you guys about the mask. There's just so much going on.
You think it was your mother's?
Well, it may have been. It could have been anybody's, but seeing as we've seen a video of her on the space station, but it is Third Horizon, and it's something out of Coriolis Station. Well, yeah, I didn't ask for Com to sweep for DNA or anything.
No, you did not.
Damn it. Oh well. I'm
That
too
might
emotional.
be something to do.
Too emotional this way. Yeah, so if Tamarisk wants to suggest that.
Yes. You should have Racom do a DNA sweep to see if he can pick something up.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I'll have him do that. I don't want Ducky and Quinn to think that I was trying to purposely be malicious and hide something from them. We're trying to process a lot of things. And I don't want my personal feelings to come in.
They don't know you're looking for your parents right now, I don't believe. Unless you've had conversations with them I haven't been privy to.
No, and that's obviously not our current mission. It'd be nice if we ran into them along the way.
It would be very convenient.
It'd be very convenient. So what do you suggest? Besides the DNA test?
I think if we come across more evidence of what could be your parents or your mother, or definitely evidence of Third Horizon tech or anything out here, I think everybody needs to know.
Okay, I'll talk to them at mealtime.
It would help them to be able to locate those things as well, helping you. But also, I really think everyone needs to be informed of the whole picture so that we know what's going on. But it also means fewer surprises potentially. It also means less friction between you and Ducky, which is a good thing for the crew all around, just mental state in general. But I do believe, and pardon me for speaking freely, Captain, the main focus does need to be finding a new home for people. And then once we've done that, if we've found more of a trail of these items of your parents or whoever it is out here, we can go looking for them. But we're on a very limited time schedule here.
Oh, 100%. I absolutely agree with you on that. Okay, I'll talk to the guys at our next mealtime.
And do have Racom take a look at that.
I will. Thank you for the suggestion. And thank you for your never-ending wisdom and patience.
Well, I've got one of those at least. I'll leave it up to you to decide which one.
So
Yes, I'll take it back to the lab then.
you take it back to the lab. So Tamara's count, if you can give, because given we want you to be brief with the voice,
Mhm.
if there is something this with the week that you are looking to do
Mm.
or accomplish, what would it be?
I think I spend most of my time meditating and just playing through interactions I've had with like the lizards and the monkey-like creatures on the last planet and just all of this and processing how I'm going to deal with creatures and people like that in the future that we come across so I have more of a plan uh, for doing so. But I'm also want to look more into the database and see what I can find about the planet. Forewarned is forearmed after all.
Mm.
So whatever I can potentially find, I do some research. That's very soothing for me as well, researching.
Okay. So over that week, then, for both Quinn and Tamarisk, there's a couple things that you'll get as part of your data research into the planet. This planet has been nicknamed Cicero. It is considered a terrestrial body. Its diameter is roughly about 10,000, 11,000 kilometers. So it is slightly smaller than Earth. Its average temperature right now is between 10 to 12 C. So it is, at our current present average temperature, it is a little cooler than Earth. Its gravity is at 0.96. So its gravity is basically just below Earth's regular threshold. It's roughly 25 hours is its daily cycle, based on spin rate and based on the information that it has. The knowledge that the database has on it is that it believes that there is a habitable moon, and the coverage per basically versus land versus water is probably a roughly 60-40 split. So it's a little bit more land heavy than Earth is. But I mean, if you were going through like checking boxes, as I mentioned to Quinn earlier, this is a planet that would be number one on your list, number two on your list to visit, based on temperature and gravity and available land. And the big questions are going to be like available fresh water, and how does that complicate or solve matters? Or has the planet been visited before? Does anyone already live on it? Because with a planet in, the quote unquote Goldilocks zone, checking all these boxes, this would be a place where life would be found, you would think. But the two of you come together with those pieces of information as you research. And other than that, really, the 7 days goes reasonably quietly, unless the captain wants to have further conversations in the mess hall with her crew.
Yeah, am I able to get Rakam to do the DNA scan, or is that gonna?
You are.
Okay.
So Rakam tells you that based on the information that he has and what the medical scanners can put together about the DNA left on the mask, there isn't enough here to give a complete match, but he can confirm that the wearer of the mask was definitely human, that they were most likely at least somewhat closely genetically related to you. So that could be a family member. That could be a, well, technically it could be someone who had very recent mouth-to-mouth contact with your mother. It could be leftover DNA that she may have left on them. Rakam is careful to not want to get your hopes up about this being your mother's mask.
Yeah, I get what he's trying to do, and I just laugh. when he's talking, when he's going through here's the probability and the percentages and what all it
Mhm.
Quinn's he goes through the whole thing and then he gets to the part about the mouth could what I just kind of chuckle. But I do have a conversation with the group and I bring the mask and put it on the table
Love
for
it.
mealtime.
Go for it.
So as we're sitting there eating our I don't even know what we would be eating. Tofu or whatever.
Probably. Yes.
Tofu blocks.
Tofu blocks.
I put it on the table and in front of Ducky and Quinn. Tamriska's already seen it, so no surprise. All right, I've got to come clean.
Okay.
I found this mask on. I don't remember if we gave that first planet a name or was it just Planet P or something. the one with the lizards. I found this. I didn't report it to you guys.
The designation you gave it was 2821096.
Oh,
Planet Alpha.
that's hilarious. Okay. I wasn't trying to be malicious in hiding this. It was just I didn't know how to process what I thought this was at that time. But a very wise person told me that you should be aware of all things so we can keep a lookout for any technology that we might come across. And it's true. I should have reported it to you both as soon as I found it. This is a Third Horizon mask. Came from what we know of as Coriolis Station. It's a large station. If you've done any reading in our databanks, you probably did some reading on Coriolis and what it's made up of. It was a central part of our solar system or our people. But I shouldn't have hidden it. So we do have people from the Third Horizon out there, whether that's Order of the Pariah or my parents' archaeology group.
Where'd you find it?
The water right outside the caves.
The Order of the Pariah, those are the bad folks you were telling me about, right?
Bad it's a word. Yes, they're not historically not known for being kind. And I do not want to run into them out here.
I'll pick it up. Does it look like it's part of a larger apparatus, or does it look like it's kind of a standalone unit?
It definitely looks like it's part of a larger apparatus. I would akin this to, just based on your engineering knowledge and based on what you've seen, you imagine that the clips on the side of this mask, or the holes for said clips on the side of this mask, probably clip and force it to a helmet.
Yeah, like a full blown, like this thing would probably be built for some sort of sealed environment. So there's also probably like a space for where lenses would be, or eye displays, or some sort of eye cover. Does it look like it's a like visor apparatus or goggles? Like, am I thinking, does it look like the type of material that would be very shock resistant, or is it a scout garb, or does a soldier wear this?
It's probably the latter rather than the former. Like the reinforcement that's done around the edge of this is meant to keep the seal 100% not only sealed, but keep it from creating a soft spot or a penetratable seam on the helmet.
Yeah, I see Ducky looking it over, and I look at him, and it's an environmental regulator.
What does your mother do?
She was an archaeologist.
She spent a lot of time in combat situations.
Not that I know of, but who knows? I haven't seen her in 10 years, 11 years.
I mean, based on the retrieval that we did in the cave, the assumption would be that she spent at least 200 days there on a hostile world, surviving.
Yeah.
So I would presume that she's combat effective. or
was an
very
amazing woman.
or very sneaky, or probably both.
Maybe both.
Clearly, resourceful enough to build a an irrigation outlet to secure drinking water and dig a hole that big. Um, why leave something like this behind is curious, especially if you found it. You said you found it outside the cave.
Yeah, it was right in the water. That body of water that was right out there.
Oh, and that little hole you went through. I didn't go out
Yes,
there.
and there was it was like almost like a lake or pond,
Yeah.
but it was right on the edge. Yeah, I am concerned that she left it behind. That means she had to make a fast getaway,
Well,
potentially.
found it at the shore. There's no way to know without
I know.
having,
So, Captain, would you give me an intellect roll? This is basically a memory roll.
I got a 12.
So you think back to that specific moment, picking up the mask and being there, and you push yourself in your memory back there for a second just to sort of remember some of the details. And you remember that space, the water that you found it in, and you remember seeing marks like on the sides of the shore down into the water. Maybe they were left by lizards or creatures or whatever, you weren't sure. And as your memory sort of traces back, you begin to think that this space that you found it in, this, there was a creek there and water flowed through it and it was reasonably like up to your ankles or whatever. But the circle that was there was very neat. It was very well made circular. It wasn't as if the water had, eroded those spaces. Now that you think about it, you feel like maybe something had been there.
Like a ship or a pod or
Perhaps a pod, perhaps a ship, perhaps something larger, like maybe the landing gear of a ship.
oh, because that was only one part.
Well, I mean, you only investigated that specific space and then you went back to the group. So, like, if it had been, say, a ship that had multiple landing gear, you wouldn't have seen the other circles from that space where you were.
Yeah, I sum up that information and relay that back to Ducky and Quinn and Tamarisk. Just
maybe based on its location relative to where we encountered the blizzards, it makes sense that it would be a safe place to dock something, and a really safe place to start digging a hole. I mean, what we had put together, we had surmised that the person who had left weren't necessarily in a panic when they left. Like, the place was just evacuated. It wasn't necessarily like destroyed. It wasn't upended. So whenever they left at their own
volition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hand Ducky the mask. Here, see what you can do with this. See if it still works.
I mean, I don't see any reason why it what is it? Does it look like it requires an external power source?
No, what it really needs is like more filters. I suppose external power source. The tap leads that are on the edge of it would hook to the helmet. And so if there were powered additions to the inside of whatever this thing might do.
How close of an approximation is my helmet to like Third Horizon?
Nope.
Power connector.
Not even close. Nope. This is like for instance, take a 60s era spacesuit and then look at a spacesuit that is made today. Like it's decades of upgrades. The material is cleaner, it is sturdier, it is lighter. It is in general better. It is space age technology.
I mean, this thing is well beyond anything that we have in our immediate access. It would take a while to figure out exactly. I mean, I'm sure it works. The filters could say to be replaced and I think it works as a standalone unit, but to figure out what it would need to attach to would take a little while.
No, I'm sure Rakam can help with that. He's got some former military background.
Former?
I mean, he carries it with him. We appreciate his knowledge and input. However, that does give you, as I hand it to you, that does give you a cipher though, because that's what I got for picking it up. So now you have the environmental regulator, level 5.
Yep.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Don't say I never gave you anything, Ducky.
Well, we need to figure out what it does first, but we'll see what we can get it. See if we can get it working for the crew. Man, I wish we'd spent more time there.
Can I offer an opinion or a question, I should say? You said you hadn't seen your mother in 10 years, right? In 10, 11 years? Did they, I guess, would they have been able to keep track of you?
If they come over to the Fourth Horizon here, they would not have been able to keep track of me.
Okay, but would they have thought you to come over here? Would there be any notion that you would try to come over here?
I mean, maybe. I
I'm-
listen, my parents were headstrong, and so I didn't get this way for nothing.
Why would she spend that much time on that planet? What was she looking for?
Yeah, I don't. The last planet we had them on had an old. There were old ruins on that planet with alien technology that we came to find out, but we didn't know what happened to them after that.
Well, my thought is, and I could be completely wrong, and if I am, please tell me. I wonder if, just looking at it differently, if it was a breadcrumb.
I mean, there's billions of planets in the galaxy. To assume that she would land on that one is,
Like I said, could be far fetched, but
who knows what sort of mathematical genius her mother might be. But maybe she's psychic.
Did they have those back in your time?
I mean,
Where's Miss Cleo?
we had psychic fairies on board earlier. Anything's possible.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, but I don't want this to derail from our current mission. It's something we can talk about after we're done and found humanity a planet to rest on. I just wanted to make you guys aware. That's really it. No secrets going forward.
okay.
Hear that, Rakam?
He materializes in the cafeteria. No, I didn't. I was busy. Sorry. What was that?
You're lying. You hear everything. Are you supposed to lie?
Do you presuppose that I'm not allowed to?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
I think if I have to, I certainly would be capable of it. I have lied to quartermasters before to dock this vessel under dubious circumstances.
You're supposed to admit that to me.
I can admit that to you, certainly. We're not in the Third Horizon anymore, and so the legality of such is suspect at best.
Well, Captain said no more secrets, so
Really?
That's what the captain said.
She doesn't have clearance for that.
Wait, who does?
They're not here.
Who are they, though?
That's above your clearance.
Man.
I haven't made it any secret that I was built on the backbone of a military intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
There's an awful lot of things that I know.
So do you know what sort of apparatus this would attach to? And do we have readouts of the hardware on board? Or schematics, or even perhaps just an image?
Certainly an image. No schematics. He changes one of the screens in the cafeteria to a line visible readout. It sort of glows green, and you see something uniquely terrifying. At least Tamarisk and the captain do. You see what is in effect hardened Legionnaire armor. This is a suit of recon armor for Legionnaires from Coriolis. They are, well, mercenaries at the very best of times. Factionally speaking, in the Third Horizon, they are held under the control of some very specific people who use them like a cudgel to get what they want in trade relations and political maneuvering. How it ended up here, I don't know. But if I were to put a percentage on it, I'd say there's at least a 20% chance, perhaps.
So, all right, Game Master, I have a question.
Mhm.
Ducky has a question.
Sure.
Given my specialties, given the role that I play, not as an engineer, if I were to be stationed on Coriolis, would it be safe to assume that this would be like a logical extension of what the role I currently play?
Yeah. So,
like looking at what this person's outfitted in, do they look more like shock troopers, or do they look like kind of one-man army insurgent types? Like, what am I seeing here?
yeah, this is more like a recon ranger setup rather than sort of like frontline troop heavy military use.
This is specialist.
This is
So, yeah.
somebody who is meant to sort of serve and live on their own, or go in and do a job and then get out by themselves. But it's hard to know all of it without all of the additional parameters of Legionnaire knowledge.
Sure, I understand that. I'm just saying, me knowing what I know and knowing what I do and knowing how would I go about using this thing would be supremely effective for that role.
Oh yeah.
If we were to get deployed on, let's say, I don't know, a hostile world.
Yeah, this would definitely be a suit that you'd probably want. There's no schematics in it, but you can sort of pick out some things that are probably in it, like air tanks and water reclamation portions and just things that would be super useful, right? So
reinforcements, power assistance.
Yep. Lights, probably an internally padded suit so that way it can be worn during sleep, or just all sorts of things. And for the Coriolis folks, the Legionnaires who wore stuff like this they're dangerous people. Yeah, Tamarisk has probably seen, reports on different planets of these explorers or outfitters from the Legion who are sent in to do terrible things, based on the burr that they charge.
So I guess then based on that, my last question would be then, knowing that this is that advanced and kind of revising my assumptions, if this thing has like unorthodox power relays, if I look at under like close examination, like with a magnifying glass or something like that, or some sort of vision enhancement, are there like information relays built into this thing? Like sensors, scanners, or anything that relays even like that would pick up something. I'm saying that would pick up like breathing or air quality or anything like that.
They'd probably pick up like whether or not the mask was attached. You're imagining that whatever helmet this thing attaches to has the functionality and like the processing power of all of it.
Okay. Wow. These people don't mess around.
Yeah, but Rakan, my mother wasn't a Legionnaire.
Are you sure?
No, we have not determined that mask was worn by your mother.
Well, you did say there were some genetic markers that matched mine.
There are, which actually leads me to believe that she wasn't wearing it for more than perhaps a few seconds, maybe at most 30, which makes me wonder about the nature of finding it there, and perhaps.
Well, I believe she took it from somebody who was on her ass.
It could be.
Somebody gave it to her to drag her on the ship.
Could be.
Did the Legionnaires work with the Order of the Pariah?
The Legionnaires work with almost anyone, but somewhat exclusively the Pariah do not choose to use them. Remember, the Pariah would rather create their own technology and then sick it on people like that are unworthy and that are going against the Order's wishes. They're unfortunately religiously militant.
Well, I appreciate you sharing the info, Captain. We'll find out what we can. And there's nothing to say that we can't do both.
I would say we should be careful. If, for whatever reason, it's true that the Order has the ability to slip here, if that knowledge were to somehow get out, it's quite possible that factions on Coriolis or on Kua would send an advanced group here, looking to seize whatever planets they could, and thus the resources. We don't even yet know what happened to the Third Horizon after we left, and that is the largest unknown. Technically speaking, we should analyze the part and attempt to copy whatever benefits there are off of it.
I don't disagree.
I thought you wouldn't. We should make Cicero in the next 12 hours. I'd recommend a full sleep cycle.
Has fabrication finished on the remote?
Mm-hmm. Just need to test drive it now.
All right. Well, I'll spend at least 4 of the 12 hours making sure that this thing is field ready, because I have no idea what's on that planet, and I think a field test might be worth it.
Splendid.
We got 4 hours.
Good luck, everyone. He dematerializes.
And as I get up from food, I will drop a portfolio in front of Quinn. Noticed you've been taking up some combat and tactics training of your own volition. There's a guidebook that we use for PT in the field. A bit less on the orthodox side, a bit more on the pull your ass out of the fire side.
Ooh. Well, thank you. I will definitely look at that.
I tap him on the shoulders and walk away.
You get the remote set up and final prepped. A sleep cycle passes, and as it does, you'll all eventually feel the ship's engines change thrust and speed as Quinn's programmed flight ends and you appear outside Cicero. It is a wonder, really, to behold. Cicero is a ball of green and blue. It's shaded by high atmospheric clouds over portions of it. It has 2 very visible and natural icy glacier poles. In its orbit, it has 3 bodies, 3 moons, one of which is very clearly, just based on sensors, about 80% water. And as you turn in orbit of it, you can see just beyond the rim of the horizon there is an object in space, in orbit. It is.
Is it a moon?
It's not.
Please, God, let it be a moon.
It's not a moon, actually. It is a long and angular shape. It's protruding out in its central body is a rectangular space. And as the ship's natural optics magnify in on it, you see a symbol that you have not seen in a long time. It's red. And it offers you very little in the way of joy, Captain. It is red and crossed and bleeding down the side of the vessel. As a Order of the Pariah transport ship sits in orbit.
So are we in the bridge at this time, or are we still sleeping and Rakan wakes us up?
You're
we're there?
You're certainly on the bridge.
Yeah, Quinn, we need to get out of scanner range for that ship.
Yes, Captain. And I will do that immediately.
Okay. So I love the idea of you making a piloting roll to try to not get caught. This is going to be quite difficult.
Okay.
But I'm confident that you'll be able to potentially get it done, Quinn. So why don't you go ahead and make me a hindered pilot roll based off of the sensors that the Order is currently deploying.
How big is that ship?
Big.
And we have line of sight on them, which means they have line of sight of us, right?
That's correct.
Can
Did
I
they already
use?
see us? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Cap.
So does that mean they already saw us?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Can I use the ship as an asset?
Yeah, sure. How would you like to do that?
Maybe actually, can I jack in with my data jack and use that as an axe so it will allow me to react quicker?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. It doesn't count as an asset as far as using the ship as an asset, but you do have an ability, data jack, that lets you do that.
Okay. All right.
So that'll take care of the hindered.
Okay. I am, now specialized in piloting.
Mm-hmm.
So that takes it down 2. I will spend 2 effort for my speed pool. I have a 2 edge on it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, with edge, remember, just make sure you're deducting the right amount of points, right? So you get 2 edge, you're going to spend 1 for the first one, and then you're going to spend the full 3 for the next one.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I think that's all I have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here we go.
Indeed. Here we go.
That's an 18.
Ooh, that is a heck of a good roll. You do the only thing you think you can, and that is you dip nose down and you begin to sort of veer back into the shadow of the planet to try to move back into, basically to break LOS with them as soon as you possibly can. You are breaking LOS and you move out of that space and out of that range. And just as you do, you hear that your game master is going to play a GM intrusion and hand you a point of experience and then offer one to another one of your crew members by you.
I'll give it to the captain.
Sounds like a splendid plan. What you hear beyond that is the comm relay on the bridge go off.
Shit.
And it says, unidentified vessel. This is Pariah Transport 1. Stay in sensor range or be prepared to fire on. And on that note, we're going to take our first break today. So I hope you're enjoying Children of the Periphery, as I am. We'll be back after a short break, and we'll get to see all the fun that the Order can offer. See you soon. Alrighty. And welcome back to Children of the Periphery here on the old ways. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching here or on the replays that come around on YouTube. Or if you're a Patreon supporter, you're also getting the audio of this. So hello, Patreon supporters. It's good to have you with us. So when we last dipped out, we had a problem. Well, not the collective we, not so much me, but definitely the players have now noticed that there is a large issue, and that is a big transport ship that is coded in the the significance of the Order of the Pariah. They have reached out via comms, even though Quinn made an amazing roll to try to get away from them. You have been intruded upon, sir, and so we will play that out now. Rakam's voice says, Captain sensors detect that they've lost 4 starfighting vessels from that ship. They're not playing around.
Yeah, Quinn, bring us to a stop.
Sure, Captain.
We're not gonna have a whole lot of time.
Oh,
Sorry,
go ahead,
Captain.
Ducky. No, go
Nope.
ahead.
We're not gonna have a lot of time. If we're gonna get boarded or seized, there's some things that we probably don't want them to get a hold of. Is there any place on the ship that is safe from detection or inspection?
As a matter of fact, there is. We do have a smuggler's hideaway. I mean, a secret storage space.
It's
It's
big
down
enough
the
for
hall.
Ghost in this thing.
Yeah, down the hall to the right.
It will not fit Ghost. You will not be able to fit Ghost in that. It's made for people.
All right. So, is there anything else that we would be concerned about them taking if they board us?
Oh, we
Or if
don't
we
want
get
them to
seized.
find the data bank. Is there any way we can hide that for com?
Certainly there are places you could potentially place it. But given the Order's normal modus operandi, we will not only lose the ship, but the Arboretum, and really anything that they seize will be considered valuable. They'll take the ship and likely me. So if I could, have we considered fighting back?
I'm just preparing for the worst.
It's a transport ship, Captain, not a military battleship. Those fighters might be all they have. They're here to drop people and resources.
Right? If you think we have a chance,
We have a railgun.
And a pretty damn good pilot, if I do say so.
I mean, that's true. All right. Well, let's fake them out. Let's get them as close as possible, and then let's let her rip.
Okay.
The bridge lighting changes.
I
Is it
will.
mood lighting.
How are they coming in?
So you are seeing them come in 2 by 2. So they are set up in probably about 20 or 30 meters from one another. And there's 2 that fly. So basically 2 on the left and 2 on the right. And they're stacked. So one on top of one another. These are small scale fighters. They're probably a little bit smaller than the Periphery as a whole. And they have forward mounted weapons.
Just by looking at them, are they a little bit more mobile than we are?
They probably are a little bit more mobile. They're probably slightly faster than you are. But you've never really seen the Periphery in a fight, like a full-on fight. So you don't really know what it does. You know that it supposedly is armored.
Are these personal fighters?
Absolutely.
So like 1 to 2 pilots per?
Most likely, yes.
Hey, Captain, before we blast them into space, I'm kind of curious. I wonder what it is they want to do.
Well, I don't think they're offering to have us over for tea.
Well, I understand
Jackie.
that, but I mean, are they looking to escort us somewhere? Do they want us to land? Do they want us to board? Are they trying to board us?
Well, I mean, we can have that conversation. We should still power up weapons, though.
I'm not saying we shouldn't. Where do you want
Okay.
me? Your orders, Captain.
Where do you want to be? Can you shoot the railgun? Can you
I
you
would-
cannot sit in engineering.
I would love to shoot the railgun.
Okay.
How much time do I think we have before they're here?
Maybe a minute. You've got a little time to probably converse with that transport ship if you want to. That would be more for your and Tamarisk's knowledge as well, if they want to try to perhaps diffuse a situation before it becomes a full-scale fight.
Yeah, just in case we get boarded, I'm gonna get my armor on before I hit the gun.
Oh, okay. Well, you'll definitely be spending time doing that then. Yeah, they come again. Unknown vessel. Power down and prepare to be boarded.
I think we figured out what they wanted.
I don't know, Captain. I think we can take them.
Okay. Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
I calm them back.
Mhm.
Unknown vessel, we are not going to be boarded at this time.
Okay. You say no, thank you. Very good.
We're on a scouting trip.
This planet is claimed by the Order of the Pariah.
When aren't you guys supposed to be back in the third horizon?
So we'll set up for a combat intervention now, given the how the conversation is seeming to go. So what I'm going to have you all do is make a speed roll for me.
Tamarisk, I said I turned over a new leaf. Ish. There was an ish in that statement.
Yay!
Okay. So
All right, I'm gonna use. You said it's a speed test.
it is a speed test. It's initiative.
All right. Yep. So I'm gonna use my danger sense where it costs 1 speed,
Mhm.
and that'll ease my initiative task.
Okay. The difficulty of this initiative task standard is 4. So 12 or better.
Yeah,
Well, I got a 3.
Got a 17.
Okay.
I am trained in initiative, and I have rolled a 13.
Mm-hmm. Tucky?
yeah, 19. What's the damage dealing attack? Something plus 3.
Yeah. If only you were attacking with that roll.
That's what it likes telling me every time I roll.
It does.
Something like that.
All right. So we'll just begin with Ducky on 19. You get back to the bridge in your suit.
Where's the gun?
Oh, the station is over there.
Been waiting for this secretly for a while now. Let's see how this thing works.
Okay.
I would love to interface with the gun.
Okay. Certainly something you can do. You have you have data link, data jack.
Yeah, I can. Yep, here we go. How intuitive is it?
It's intuitive enough.
Uh,
It is a top-mounted railgun.
Are we in firing position?
You're certainly in range. You can move. It's got basically a 120-degree arc towards the front of the ship.
So, and we were facing them, so we're basically just pointed right at. Okay.
Yep.
I light up the targets. Captain, targets Alpha, Beta, Charlie, and Delta are in range.
Light them up.
I look for basically someone. You said they're flying 2x2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I will take. I will shoot for wingman number 1. So
Okay.
we're gonna take Beta away from Alpha.
Sounds fantastic.
What kind of roll is this? Is this a weapons roll?
It is. So this is certainly a ranged attack roll.
Did a heavy weapons roll?
It is a heavy weapons roll, yes.
Hey, I got one of those.
Mm-hmm. So the difficulty to hit them is 5. So it's 15 or better right now because you're both at speed.
So it is with the interface. Does it count as 1 level lower?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then I would also like to spend what is it? 3 speed to decrease it again.
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that. Wham. What happened if you fire a railgun?
What happens when you fire a railgun? It shoots a projectile downrange.
But it actually fires like a physical, like there's like a physical bullet.
Yes.
So what does it sound? I'm just saying, what does it sound? I've never fired this thing. What does it sound like on board?
So on board there are a couple of basically a couple of alarms that go off before, like when you pull the trigger down or when you initiate the firing sequence. You hear a bunch of like not metal on metal, but there's a bunch of movement that happens above you. Like you can feel the ship's machinery moving. And then there is a very short energy charge, like a power up sound. And then there is a thump that happens and like the bridge shakes for a second. And then suddenly the ship starts tracking the round downrange.
Yeah, Ducky's likes wearing his helmet because he's smiling really, really big right now. Smiling really, really big. So it's set a roll to 17. If it was a damage dealing attack, it's +1.
Okay. So you deal 6 points of damage, and then they have their armor that shears off some of that. But so the first round collides with one of these vessels, Beta, and shears off like a big strip of its outer armor and exposes like some of the internal skeletal structure. And it definitely has a significant effect on the ship.
Positive hit, damage confirmed, Captain.
Nice job.
Okay.
You think they'll surrender?
Probably not.
Tamarisk on 17.
So, question: when they fire at us, do we get a defense piloting roll or something to get out of the way?
Yep.
Okay.
That's how this will work. And also, you would know that you still have access to the meme cannon, so you could potentially confuse the other vessels.
Yeah, I also have inabilities related to weaponry now. What I was planning to do, and what I think I will do, is I'm going to go up behind Quinn, put my hands on the back of his seat, and I'm going to start orating, essentially encouragement, and use my encouragement skill. Essentially, while I am giving an inspirational speech, my allies within short range ease one of the following tasks, including defense tasks, for as long as I'm speaking to them. So that includes anybody in short range who are my allies. So anyone else who makes a defense-related roll will get the same easement. So I'm going to spend a point of intellect and do that. So Quinn, you're getting orated at while you are piloting.
You can do it, buddy. It's okay. You can do it.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in you.
You're a leaf on the wind.
Okay. So then that would be, after this would be Quinn's action.
Okay. They have not fired at us as of yet, correct?
Correct. They are going to, as soon as you are done taking an action.
Okay. How close are they?
I would say that they're in medium distance.
Medium distance. Okay.
They're not at long.
Do we hear any kind of weapons lock or anything like that? Is there an alert for like a weapons lock?
There certainly is beeping that's going on based on their weapons being trained on the ship. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have an idea. I don't know if it's going to work, but if they lock onto us and try to fire, I would like to get a shorter distance, so they're going to try to shoot where we are instead of where we're actually going to be.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you could certainly you could try to hinder them based on your piloting action.
That's probably what I would want to do.
Okay. You're going to do a barrel roll?
Well, spin, that seems to work. So, yeah.
Go for it.
Okay.
So standard difficulty would normally be 5, but because of Tamarisk's oration, you're going to get it to 4.
Mm-hmm. And my piloting will get it down to 2.
Yep.
Sometimes. Okay.
6 or better.
I'm gonna roll with that. That is a 4. However, I'm lucky, so I'm gonna burn that right now. And that's a natural 20.
Oh, very good. Okay, so what I will say on your natural 20 is you get a major effect. So not only are you going to hinder them, but I am going to say that you have hindered them twice. And so it will be exceedingly difficult in their first round of firing on you for you to get hit. So let's see here. I'm going to need, because you're the person flying the ship, Quinn, you are going to make a speed defense roll.
Okay.
So normally that would be 5. With Tamarisk's oration, that's a 4 based on your speed defense. They're hindered twice. So technically that drops it to 2. And your piloting is specialized, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So you would normally take 2 off of that, which means the 5, because of all those modifiers, becomes 0, which means you do not roll. And that means that a whole bunch of laser fire, which is something really new to the sergeant and to you, is getting shot at you, and you're slipping in and out of all of those blasts without being shot. So for you, Sergeant, because you're on the gunnery reticle, what you see is a blossom of red get fired at you, like from all angles. And then all of a sudden you start to spin cycle.
Awesome. Those lasers?
Captain attraction.
Wow, even with a 3? Wow, look at me go. My initiative sucked. Okay, so we got one guy shot. We're doing barrel rolls.
Yep.
Sweet. All right, so what I'm going to do, I am going to use my surging confidence, which when I use an action to make my first recovery roll of the day, which is I'm going to do now, I immediately gain another action. Cost me 1 might.
Fantastic. What are you going to do with your other action?
I'm not sure yet. I haven't thought that far ahead. Gosh. I mean, I can't, there's no guns or anything near me. I will come over to the ships that are firing at us or coming near us and let them know to stand down, or we will retaliate even more.
Okay. Now, is there any specific effect you're trying to have based on this, or are you just trying to warn them that you mean business?
No, I don't have any effect.
Okay. Good to know. Then we will return to Ducky.
Do they respond at all to the captain's?
They do not. It appears they're going to keep firing.
Captain, we continuing the engagement?
Yes.
Target Bravo still in motion?
Yeah, fire on them again, please.
Has Target Bravo disengaged?
No, they have not.
Oh, okay. Oh, poor Bravo. 16.
Okay, that's a hit. 16 is an additional point of damage, or is it?
No, it's on 17.
It's on 17, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the turret has to turn like 60 degrees to the left because you, of course, have rolled a little bit. But you fire off another round, and this one pierces Bravo, and as it does, it shatters the sort of the windscreen, the sort of central view screen of this fighter, and you scrag one off. Into several pieces.
Target Bravo down.
All right. We got 3 more, right? They sent 4.
They did send 4, yep.
Like the... Oh, it's not my action, though. Never mind.
It is not, actually, because it's Tamarisk's action.
I'm going to continue my oration. It worked so well so far. I'm also going to point towards the station where the meme cannon is activated, hoping the captain takes notice. Pays it, gets the hint.
Point. Okay, you do so. Ducky. Sorry, Quinn.
Okay, so they're not going to fall for that trick again. So let's see. I'm going to try to position to where I can swoop down and then try to come up behind them.
Okay. So
that's going to be my next.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a piloting roll.
Okay. So I'm still being us for defense, right? So it's just me on this one.
Yeah, just you on this one.
Okay. So I'm at -2. I think I am going to use 1 level of effort on this.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Just effort. And let's see what we get. 13.
Okay. That is just enough.
Okay.
So you come out of the barrel roll and you do a very singular sort of curl route that puts you behind. We'll say, would you like to stay on the right side of the battle or the left side of the battle?
I'm going to go left side.
Okay. So staying on the left side would line you up with the alpha target to clear that sort of beginning side of the fight. The next time Ducky gets a shot, you'll have easiest shot at ship 1 versus 3 or 4. Okay. And so now I'm going to ask you to make a speed defense roll for the ship because you are getting shot at again.
Okay.
And then we'll get to the next part after this.
Okay. So now I get the assist from Tamarisk.
You do.
I get my piloting.
You do.
Okay. And I am trained in speed defense. Does that apply, or is that just me personally?
That's you personally. It doesn't apply to the ship.
Rats. Okay. I tried. 15. Yeah, 15.
Okay. So you, again, dodge as best you can all of the additional incoming fire. You do not dodge something you did not see coming, which was the fire from the transport vessel, which rocks this ship from the back. So the entire ship from the rear to fore shakes. And suddenly a new reticle, like a new map, appears on one of these view screens, which is the ship's overlay. We'll track some damage now for the ship.
Rats.
Rakam's voice says, "Captain, the transport's now engaging. It looks like they're trying to become even more of a problem."
Yeah, Rakam, what do you think is the over/under on us going to land on the far side of the planet and hiding from the pariah for now until we can make a plan?
Given the percentages that I'm seeing from our pilot and our gunner, I would say continuing moving into and out of the current starfighter combat, focus the meme cannon on the transport ship and confuse it.
And then run to the other side of the planet and land?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So did you say meme cannon?
Yes, memes.
Nope, you've got the rail cannon. Don't only I do the memes.
I don't know what a meme cannon is. I was what the hell's a meme cannon?
So you're plugged in, right? So you're plugged into the ship. This is great. You're plugged into the ship, Sergeant. So what you get is a technical readout, like over your overlay, and you see essentially what it is it is a high-powered informational cannon that connects to the other target ship and basically floods the other ship with complete and utter intellectual nonsense. It
Oh my
overloads
goodness.
sensors with like images and funny faces and like jokes, and it forces the computer systems on the other ship to like play sound and music and files to basically make the other computers there inoperable for a
So it's
period
like
of
a
time.
it's like a psychological warfare gun. That's so funny.
Yep. Captain, it's your action.
Yeah, I'm gonna go slide into the meme cannon.
It's just deployed at your station. You don't need to slide into anything. You have the captain station, so you can bring up any.
Oh, I can just bring it up.
Mhm.
Yeah, I flip up a screen or a screen on the side of my chair and enter a code and pull up the cannon and target to shoot at the transport ship.
Okay.
Am I
So
rolling for that?
you are 100% rolling for that.
Okay.
It's Cipher System, so I don't get to roll anything.
I'm gonna use an XP to re-roll that. Thank you. I'm not gonna tell you what I got on that.
As long as it's not a 1, we're okay.
It was not. It was a couple above it though.
I'm looking for my free GM intrusions. Come on.
All right, I got a 14.
Okay. So you fire at the transport vessel. Firing at the transport vessel, you try to flood it with a bunch of information and just crazy, wacky images. Some of them you see. Was that Tamarisk's face? You're not sure. But you get flooded with a bunch of images. And you're not sure the effect yet. You'll have to see when it comes around whether or not it's had any stabilizing or unstabilizing effect. And now we will get to Ducky. This is round 3.
So Quinn has repositioned us again.
Mm-hmm.
So would that be if we were flying at them still? So are the bogies are now starboard?
They are.
All right. Captain, if you have the if you're focusing on the vessel, I'm assuming that I'm going to continue focusing on this dogfight.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Did I get a chance, Game Master, to let them know of the plan? I mean, I was talking with Rakam about that, so they could all hear it.
I think it's reasonable.
Okay, so that you guys have all heard. The plan is to cut and run, hopefully, after we confuse them.
So
More. Keep shooting.
So I'm just asking for my sake. I don't really know what the limitations on a railgun are, so I don't know if I have any like munitions or charging or anything I need to be aware of.
No, not at the moment. I know how much internal ammo the gun has, which you'd probably see based on, you'd probably have the information there. It's basically a 1-shot per turn weapon. And it appears in its ammunition capacity 48 rounds left in it.
Okay, weapons hot. Are any of those 3 pilots look like they are particularly lining up any particularly gnarly shots, or do they just look like they're scrambling to keep up with Quinn?
They're trying to keep up with Quinn. He is a problem. Because he's so good at flying, they're not prepared. Also, the way this ship turns, it doesn't feel like it turns like a transport vessel at all. It's
all right.
It's definitely something more. And
No.
Rakam's going to spend his ship action to assist you in firing.
Excellent. So I'm gonna use twice.
Yep.
This is a nice yummy shot on Bandit Alpha. All right. Loose. That's a 10.
Okay.
Is enough.
Yep. So another 6. You fire. You feel the controls a little bit lean in a little bit more, You feel the aim get a little bit more smooth, a little smoother as you aim on this one.
Thanks for the assist.
I'll do it when I can. There's a lot of computing going on right now. Quinn?
Okay, so the plan is we'll find out here in a moment if they are distracted or not.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to maintain course, just still kind of weaving, but I'm going to be ready to punch it to get out.
Sounds like an
That's-
intelligent idea.
Yeah, basically go defensive at the moment.
Okay. We'll say that you're holding then.
Mhm.
And then Tamarisk. Are you still assisting Quinn?
Still assisting.
Okay. So I'm going to have you make a speed defense roll. Actually, I'll have you make one against the fighters and then one against the transport ship.
Okay. Fighters first.
Mhm.
So same things apply. Okay, I'm at an 11 against the fighters.
Mm. Okay.
I'm thinking if I want to try to re-roll that.
You better tell me now.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I will actually spend an XP,
Mhm.
that free XP you gave me a moment ago. I'm going to re-roll that.
Okay.
And I get a 12. So there you go.
Much better.
All right. And then on the big honko behind us, that is a 4. So I'm going to hopefully be a little bit lucky. And it gives me an 8.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So something is fired at the ship. You see it a little bit before it arrives because it is a slower moving projectile. It is a missile. When it collides with the ship, you do your best to sort of weave and bob and try to get out of the way of it. When it hits the vessel, you feel the vessel shake, and Rakam says, "They've hit us with a hook. We have to get that off now." And your piloting rolls, while the hook is attached, are hindered 2 levels because you have been literally hooked and are being reeled in by this transport vessel. This will also hinder any firing that you do as well because you don't have complete control over the vessel. Captain on 3.
All right. So I'd like to figure out how to get that hook off of our ship. So I'm trained in tasks like that. So
Well, yeah, go ahead. Give me a roll.
and I'm also trained in piloting navigation. Would that also help with that too? That knowledge?
Probably not. No,
Okay, I was just trying to get a lower level.
I get it.
Take it where I can get it. So that there's your problem. We'll lower it by 1. I'll spend effort.
Mhm.
I'm in my intellect pool. I have an edge in intellect, so I only need to spend 2 intellect to. Glad I did that one recovery roll. So it lowers it by 2 levels.
Okay.
I'm gonna re-roll.
Are you now?
I didn't get a 1, but I didn't get what I wanted.
Go ahead. Reroll.
I got a 15.
The best and easiest way to get that off would be to either shed that section of a blade of armor of the ship or have someone physically go out and cut it off. There is no other way to get it off.
Yeah, I relay both options to the crew.
It's essentially a massive grappling hook. It's a tow cable.
I have a question for the storyteller, game master, whatever your title is in this game.
Game master.
All right, game master. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Does the ghost require an atmosphere to operate?
It does not.
Captain, take the gun.
Okay.
I
I'll switch spots.
I will get us disengaged. And I
Right.
run.
Be careful out there. Your life. Well, we might die anyways. So yeah.
Yeah, and I run to the cargo hold, and I turn on my vacuum seal, and I have a remote now, so Ghost will be up and running by the time I get there.
Yeah. You would know just based on physics that you would have to keep Ghost really close.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tether myself.
Yeah.
To the open cargo hold. This is gonna be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, I will hook the tether up to myself, and then once I'm on board, I'm gonna crack the cargo hold, and I guess the closest I probably whatever industrial cutting tool I have, so it's either that or my gun, whichever one is going to be more effective.
I mean, in the spirit of both narrative and time sensitivity, I'm guessing that your gun is probably going to be the first option.
Okay. I also have a really strong grip, but I mean, this is a ship tow cable, so I'm assuming I can't snap it.
Probably not.
You're
not that strong.
No, we're not that strong, but yeah. All right. But I can probably use that strength to help keep us steady. And as I'm running there, I'll say, "Hey, Rakam, has Ghost ever been tested in space?"
Negative, Sergeant. Although theoretically it should work for maybe a minute, and Quinn will have to keep the periphery in space level.
All right, keep us steady so I can swing around.
Roger that.
This will be fun. Okay, so Tamarisk, this is now technically your action, round 4. Any thoughts?
I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing because it seems even more necessary at the moment to make things easier to dodge.
Is it a free ability for you? You're not spending pool points to do that?
I'm spending a point every time I do it.
Man, I love that. That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're slowly draining Tamarisk's pool by trying to do that. That is 100% fantastic. Okay, Quinn, so you have, a problem. You're hindered twice based on the tow cable. One of those hinders would come off during speed defense, but you're not making that roll just yet. You have to now keep basically the periphery on a level plane, so that way next round the sergeant can actually deploy and try to remove the hook. That is certainly a piloting roll from you.
Okay. So I'm hindered twice, but I'm also specialized, so that removes 2. So I'm back down to normal.
Flat roll.
Okay. I am going to burn 4 more speed for my 2 effort.
Okay.
And so that will lower it by 2. Am I correct?
It would.
Okay. And I'm going to go with that.
Okay. Sounds good.
Pretty good.
And that is let me read it. 14.
That is enough. So you'll be able to keep it level. And then next round, we won't have to make a 0G evacuation roll for Ducky, where he flies literally off into the middle of space. That would be bad. But that is yet to be determined because there are now speed defense rolls. So now we have the other side of this, which is those ships are going to continue to fire at you because they've been called off, but they're not yet responding to that message. So you have 3 ships that are firing at you. So there'll be 1 speed defense roll for this, sort of group them all up. And what I'll do is I'll take the difficulty of one of them. We'll just sort of make it I'll add additional combatants to make it a little easier, at least for me to adjudicate. So you are specialized in piloting, which is going to take this 7 to a 5.
Okay.
You are getting assistance from Tamaris, which would make it a 4. You are
Okay,
hindered twice, which means it is a 6 now.
Okay. That's an 18. Holy smoke.
Yes, sir.
I can use effort again if I need to, right?
You can, yes. You can use effort once a round.
Okay.
Provided you have the points for it.
So this is I've already used it on my initiative, but I can use it now too.
No, so you got to wait until. So yeah, you don't have effort on this either.
Okay.
That's tough.
If I got anything else, I do not.
If there are people, I would just say to our lovely audience in chat, if there are folks in chat who have Hands of Fate, they could play them now, just to give Quinn assistance. That is an option you have here on Twitch Live. So if you're with us and you have the ability to spend a Hand of Fate, you can do so. If there are backers watching and they want to spend a Hand of Fate for Quinn, you could do that as well through Discord or through perhaps a message here on stream, because I know some of our backers. You are part of the show and thus not allowed to spend Hands of Fate. Nice try, though. I appreciate that, Laco. Nice try.
Just saying.
Yeah, I tried that earlier. Didn't work.
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right.
Go for it.
Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
18. I'm already data jacked in, right? So we've already counted that, or can I count that now?
You can count it now.
Okay.
You can count it now. Yeah. So
I will spend an inlet point and do that.
100%.
Okay, so that'll lower it to 4. So 12 or better. Am I right in my calculations?
I see 15 rather than 18. So drop
18,
1,
15.
Right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Get down.
Yep. So 15 or better.
That's a 13. Okay, my last luck point.
Okay.
Give it a shot. 19.
Oh, minor effect. Okay, so here's what I'll say. Not only do you dodge the weapons fire, but as a minor effect, you also are going to ease Ducky's role in getting out to the tow cable, because you've kept it so even. You've made this sort of smooth and supple, even though you're being fired at by multiple ships. And that means that it will fall to the captain then on 3.
Can I ask a quick question as a player first?
Yeah, cool.
Because this is the first time this has happened to me. What happens when your pool gets down to 0?
So when your pool gets down to 0, what happens is you have something that is sort of concerning happen.
Okay.
So when you deduct stats from specific stat pools, you're going to get status effects afterwards. So you have, as an immediate action, the ability to do a recovery roll, right? So you can, after you spent everything from that pool, you could immediately do a recovery as a single action, and heal a D6 plus your tier bonus, right? For points.
Okay.
But if memory serves correctly, you do get, I'm looking on our reference sheet.
I'm just curious. I have 1 speed left, and it's probably going to get burned. So I just wanted to kind of preempt it. My luck is at 0, but I don't think that has anything to do with it. So that's completely different. But I have 1 speed left. So that's where I was, in case I needed to use it here in a minute.
I would say that your next action should likely be to recover pool points before you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt there.
No, it's okay. Righty. So
It's my action, right?
it is.
Yeah, so I had moved over to the railgun, because if Ducky can take care of the hook from the transport ship, I was going to try to take care of the other 2 smaller fighters that were trying to take us on.
Okay, with the railgun. Okay.
So technically 3, right? Bravo is damaged.
Bravo
yeah,
is
so
damage.
there should
Yes.
be 3 left.
Yep.
So yeah. That'll be fun. Is it a little harder? A little bit more harder? A little more harder? Because we're, with the hook?
Yeah.
Are you hindering me?
I am.
Okay, cool. I love it. What is it an intellect based test or what is it?
No, this would be a speed test, basically.
All right. Wonderful. So I will use 3 points of speed to apply a level of effort and 3 points of speed to lower that down. I have another level of effort. I only have to spend 2 speed for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right? Even though I don't have an edge. So I would spend another 2. That put me at 7. Okay. So it lowers it 2 levels.
Mm-hmm.
And amazing. I get a 15.
That'll do damage. Striking the same one that the sergeant hit earlier. So with your strike, Captain, you are going to shatter that one that was already damaged. So half of the fighters have been damaged or put out of commission. That will also serve to be quite helpful in the future as the speed defense rolls to get away from multiple shots now goes down by 1 because there's not 3 combatants, there's now 2. All right, Sergeant. At the beginning of round 5, which is where we're at now, you are going to make a very important roll for me.
So one of the things I've decided that it would actually be, considering what's been going on, like for the week, I'm going to presume that at right now in the cargo hold, there is very likely whatever cutting tool I was using for dissecting salvage and like parts and whatnot.
Probably.
So I think that whatever that cutting tool is going to be a better bet for me than my gun for 2 reasons. One, it's a melee weapon.
Right, you're a might
two-
based character.
And it's a melee weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I will have my gun on me in case I need to open fire on a ship for some reason. But I'm going to strap myself in and where are we? So if the cargo hold drops us, let's say off of what is it, port, or does it drop us off? Which side of the ship is it dropping me off on? Am I getting spat out on?
You're getting spat out on. It's a rear facing.
Okay. All right. So and we are shot on what side?
So stern. You're shot on. You actually shot on starboard side.
Okay.
Starboard.
All right. Cool.
Top.
Dorsal. Yeah. Okay. All right. So as I open up, I'm going to on the comms say can the hummingbird in the pilot seat give me a quarter roll to starboard side so that I don't shoot past the top of the ship or past the dorsal of the ship?
That's essentially what he's preparing and doing at this point based on his
good.
minor effect.
All right, cool. Then I will wait. As that happens, I launch myself out of the cargo hold.
Okay.
In reverse so that I'm facing the ship. And I'm going to try to basically catch the tow cable.
Okay. So I'm going to say that this is technically it's going to have to be a speed-based roll or a piloting-based roll because you're on Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay. What is the difficulty of this roll?
I mean, I could tell you, but that wouldn't be any fun.
Well, then let's just spend some points, shall we? So I know it's eased at least once.
Mm-hmm.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll do it 2 more times for myself.
Okay. It's the maximum amount you can ease it.
Yep.
Based on your tier.
And can I use Ghost as an asset?
Yes, you can use Ghost as an asset.
All right, so that's 3. Plus, 4 if we count Quinn. There you go. -4, whatever this roll is. To 19.
Minor
roll is a
effect.
damaging attack +3, or it got a minor effect. Yeah, there's the rest of that. message.
So the minor effect, I'm happy to give you narrative, and we'll just say that you are going to be able to swing out on Ghost. You keep it you keep the magnetic or sort of the gravitic portion of this directed at the hull. That's what keeps you sort of sticky. And you're going to get very close to this to be able to swat at it. You can't take 2 actions in a round, at least not without a special ability that allows you to do so. But your minor effect could ensure that your weapon is in hand, that sort of thing.
What I'd like to do for minor effect, if I could, because when I swing out, all I have is basically whatever is tethering me to the interior of the ship, which is essentially the interior tow cable. So I would like to just grab what hit us. Like I want to be able to grab that cable with my free hand.
Love it.
All right, with my good arm.
Yes, with your strong hand.
Yeah.
So you grab onto the cable, and you've got this, sort of cutting tool that's in hand, and in the, I assume, cybernetic hand. It's going to be able to chop down on this. And with that cinematic space, we're going to take a break. So we will set our pieces there. We'll take a little bit of a break and then be back to resolve this and see if someone spins into space, to see if the ship gets captured, because the Order of Pariah is here and it seemingly is taking prisoners, which for us could mean all sorts of things. So stick with us and we'll be back soon. So we are the Old Ways, at least a portion of us, and we're here playing Children of the Periphery, our Cypher sci-fi adventure. So we want to thank you for hanging with us till the last portion of today's climactic events. When we were just with you moments ago, perhaps minutes ago, you had seen the crew in a very precarious position, one that is going to be tested here shortly. Sergeant, you had flown out of the ship, and having remoted Ghost and flown Ghost there to sort of skim along the top end of the ship while Quinn kept it nice and flat for you as best you could. You'd grabbed onto this thick tow cable that the Order of the Pariah transport vessel had shot you with, and you are preparing to cut it loose. Now comes the very complex part. So it's going to be now Tamarisk's action on round 5.
Spend another intellect point and keep going.
Probably the silent hero of this combat, for sure. And so that will move then to Quinn's action. So Quinn, you're going to get your action. And as we discussed before break, if you would like, as an action, you could make a recovery roll.
I've got a feeling that now would be a good time to do that.
So do I.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. So this is the first, it's just the action. So it's a D6 plus 2. And I get 4 back total. So I rolled a 2.
Good. So you have
all right.
5 total in that pool.
So let's see. Back into speed. Oh, yeah. Okay. And that was my action, correct?
It is your action.
I am done.
You are, except that now you're going to make a speed defense roll for the ship to get fired at. This is only one ship defense roll you're making. The reason why is because the fighters have pulled off now under orders, but the transport vessel is going to fire at you now that it has you hooked, because it would like to teach you a little lesson.
Okay. And I do have effort I can spend now if I want to. Do I want to, or do I want to wait in case I have to do something else?
So I'll say that this is a difficulty 5 roll normally.
Okay.
You are specialized in piloting, and so that is a 3. It is a speed defense roll assistance from Tamarisk, which makes it a 2, so it is a 6 or better.
Okay. And I'm not hindered by anything, correct?
Well, you're hindered by the tow cable, yes. So technically,
Okay.
then it's a 3.
It's a 3. Okay, I'm just going to go with it.
Okay, 9 or better.
That is a 6. So no.
Okay. Ship gets hit again. So this will hinder you, Sergeant, when you make your cutting roll next turn. You watch a blast of blue energy come in and hit the ship, basically right smack dab on its nose. And you get the brilliance of that blue ball of energy coming in, Sergeant. Like all of the light, all of the radiation, the blast damage that happens. You're not completely ground zero for it, but it washes over you after it strikes the ship.
I will huddle behind the whatever little, I guess, shield that Ghost provides at the front for normally, for hitting bugs.
Okay. And with that, then it is the captain's action.
You said the fighters went back to the.
Yeah, they have pulled off. They are definitely pulling off, and they're not in combat with you anymore. I wonder, Amara, given that you're fairly brash, do you think maybe you might like to retort? I mean, that transport ship hooked you and then fired on you anyway.
Yeah. Oh no, I was gonna go. Fire on the transport ship.
Okay.
And we're unhooked now, right? Or no?
You are not unhooked yet.
Working on it.
Okay. Yep. So I will fire at the transport ship. I will try to fire to where if I can use the ship as an asset to try to target where that hook line is
Certainly.
coming out of. And then again, I'll spend a level of effort
Mhm.
in my speed so I'll spend 3 speed.
I have a physics question. If we're hindered because we're attached to them, are they hindered because they're attached to us?
Technically, they don't get hindered because they don't make rolls.
Interesting.
They just have a value.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Lucky them.
For this roll, though, Captain, I'm going to spend a hand of fate for you based from one of our backers. And so you'll get you will have an easement that is done based on this.
Thank you, backer. Whoever you are. My knight or not knight or whatever.
Could be.
You're my something in shining armor. All right. So, so they'll level it down another, and then I use my effort in my speed pool. And that's it. That's all she wrote.
Okay.
I think. Yep. I got an 18 on that roll.
That is very good. So that will up your damage as well. And you are firing with the railgun too. So you fire, and it's a called shot, yes?
It is.
Yep.
Yep.
You fire this called shot, and you impact the transport ship in and around where the weapon is. And there's a little bit of sudden slack that you would recognize immediately, Sergeant. It's not enough to say that the weapon that they have on their side is broken, but she certainly damaged maybe a gearing system or maybe the internal mechanisms that tow people in because you stop moving.
Recoil.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice shot, Captain.
And that will bring us to the top of the round and the sergeant's action.
So we have a moment of stillness, right? Because we stopped moving.
Yep.
So I'm going to take that moment to take my hand off the tow cable, and I'm going to grab this cutting tool with both hands, and I'm going to bring it down on this tow cable with all I got. So I'm going to. So let's see. My might edge is 3 now. So I get crushing blow for free because that's 2. When I use a bladed weapon in both hands and apply effort on the attack, I get a free level of effort on the damage. So my free level of effort is also free because I have 3. Right, I don't have to spend my first level of effort.
Right,
I get 3 edge.
because you have 3 edge.
Okay, Right. So that's 1, 2.
But you still can't spend more than 2 levels of effort
Right.
because you're blocked by your tier.
Right. So the first one's free. So that's an extra ease on the damage. Yeah, a free level effort on the damage. So
Right.
I'm just trying to keep track of all these. I have a strength power shift. All tasks, this is considered an attack task or a non-attack task?
Definitely an attack task.
Okay. So we don't have to worry about that, but I am trained in breaking inanimate objects.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure this is a pretty low roll.
Mhm.
And the damage will be increased by 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we go. The 16.
Yeah, more than enough. More than enough. So you grab both hands onto this cutting tool and you give it everything that you have. So you give it everything you got and you chop into this cable. And when you do, there is this immediate and powerful metallic shearing sound that happens. And you watch basically the tether cable fall away because of course there's seemingly no slack on the other end now. So there's slack on the other end now, so there's not going to be some sort of vicious recoil. What's left behind on the periphery is sort of looks like a tree stump, like a tree stump that comes out. They hit you with what you think is like this looks like kind of like goop. It's like a gel. And embedded in that gel is this hook, this metal hook that has the lead line on it. But the ship's free now.
Cable disengaged.
All right, hop on board.
I immediately grab onto Ghost because I took my hands off of it.
You grab onto Ghost. So what I'll say is I'll take us out of rounds because there are no other combatants right now. But I'd like very much to know what, besides getting back into the ship, what the pilot and its captain is looking to do. Are you going to stick with the plan of going to the far side of the planet?
Well, their ships have gone back. They've retreated. We've gotten loose of the tow cable and probably broken it on their end, so they'll have to fix it. I think we're gonna have to talk to them and see what the hell they're doing here.
Okay. Are you going to radio them or attempt to
hail them.
communicate with them? Okay. They answer. This is the transport vessel Andas from the Order of the Pariah. Identify yourself.
This is Captain Amara Casra, the ship, the Periphery.
Greetings, Captain. Welcome to the Order's new home.
Why do you need a new home? Was the Third Horizon not enough?
I will not be questioned by a smuggler and known terrorist. You're in our databanks, as is your ship.
Oh. Known terrorists? Oh.
Of course.
Wow.
Did you not think that your actions aboard your vessel and on the surface of that planet were not recognized by all members of the Third Horizon as terrorism?
I mean, does the Third Horizon still exist?
It does.
Okay. Well, that's something. Yeah, we're not in the Third Horizon, so any marks against myself or my ship or my crew no longer applicable.
Oh,
Your word is not law.
You think by jumping through a portal you have just simply shed the atrocities you've committed?
Takes a deep breath. The atrocities that I've committed are nothing compared to the atrocities by your order. So do not stand here and lecture me on what is right and what is wrong. So this is your planet?
The Order is claiming this planet as it needs additional resources for our hospitaling facilities.
Your what facilities?
Hospitalating.
Oh.
You would know that the Order has a very much public-facing Mercy hospitals, and they do an awful lot of free quote-unquote care for people.
Mm-hmm. Where people might not come back.
I mean, listen, the Order takes care of people. That's what people say.
Mm-hmm. You've claimed enough. Go back.
We are on orders from our regent. We cannot simply go back. There is only forward for the Order. We are here to claim the planet in his name.
Oh. Do I know who the regent's name is?
Not offhand, no.
And who's your regent?
Matea. He is in charge of the Order now. I believe he knew a former employer of yours.
Leah Marhoon?
Yes. An unfortunate end to Miss Marhoon.
Can't even escape her, even out in the fourth horizon. Yeah, is your regent in this horizon, or is he still back in the third horizon?
You're attempting to dispute the claim based on what? The universe we're in? What governing body do you work for to attempt to place such a claim?
I don't know, what is the governing body of general?
Well, I mean, technically, they're the Federated Earth Council, which, by the way, no one has freaking heard of in probably hundreds of years.
Long story short, I don't have time for this today. We're really trying to resettle a human race from the second horizon and help them. They're our governing body. Well, they're not my governing body. I have no governing body at this point. But we're helping the what's former of the Earth's Federated Council.
Really? Tell me, Captain, are the rumors true?
Which rumors?
Was there a piece of the nadir there?
There was. But it's not there anymore, obviously.
No, it's not, but you're here, and so it must also be.
It was destroyed after we came across. Well, it's, other than the humans that we need to relocate.
Splendid. Well, if there are humans there and there are this Federated Council you speak of, allow them to know that the Order will be happy to help any of their infirm or sick. We are only happy to make sure that they get everything that they need.
You guys are so kind. I cut off communication. Yeah, we're going to have to shoot the transport down.
Copy that. On my way to the bridge, Captain. Am I docked?
Yeah, you're docked. You've
Oh, it's time.
landed. And
All right, it's time to hustle. I will pat Ghost. I get it now. I kind of love you a little bit myself. Let's go. And I run to the bridge.
You
I look
run.
over at Tamarisk. I'm like, I tried.
Did you though?
They are unreasonable zealots. If I called him a zealot to his face, well, they can. I don't know. Could they see me? Was there a view screen type
No,
thing going
there's
on?
no. It's just
Thank
audio
goodness.
only.
They didn't see the faces that I was
Yes,
making. That's
roasting
wonderful.
captain face. They didn't see any of
Yes,
that.
like
I have no
Like-
moral. I have no moral compunctions about colonial versus colonial combat. This is kill or be killed out here. Plus, they fired on us,
They did.
so
yeah, we weren't even coming in hostile. Tamarisk, do you have an alternative solution for us?
think we can salvage that ship.
Well, you've kind of exploded our diplomatic option, so I guess not.
You could call him back and say that you apologize for my brashness. Was I doing?
I got the feeling that do they like take over people? I don't know. I don't know these people, but it seems to me like they were very happy to know that there's more people here, a little bit more happier than I would imagine. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but would they try to take over?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was trying to say.
More meat for the grinder for them.
Yeah.
But you
Either
know,
their way or the highway.
now that
I
you
mean-
mention it, having Tamarisk call them might not be an awful idea.
Distraction. I like it.
You aren't
Tamarisk,
quite
You-
the charmer.
you what?
Hold them
Um,
steady so we can shoot them out of space.
Okay. You want me to distract them so you can shoot them?
Yes,
Why do we need to distract them?
make them easier to shoot.
well, I don't
Powering
want to. I want to disable the ship. Let's disable them. And then prisoners of war.
Boy, the amount of
Oh God, the war crimes.
well, I mean, there's no.
That's not technically a war,
There's
so
no war. They would be
so it's just
these
crimes.
citizens.
As-
They're-
as far as
these-
I'm- as far as I'm concerned, I am acting on behalf of the what would you say, the welfare of the Second Horizon's remaining population. So
Yes.
everything I do at this point is justified in that regard.
Technically, your charter, your specific orders are to secure a planet
Mhm.
for humanity, and Major General Garrison was very clear with you about the that is the goal. Nothing stands in our way.
Nothing, especially these chumps. So am I in the chair yet?
Oh, certainly.
you shoved me out of the way.
Oh, I say, Captain, may I,
Do they have backup here, or do we need to knock out their communications first? What?
Yeah, I don't know if they'd be able to communicate back to the Third Horizon.
Not that you're aware of.
Send a buoy out.
They could
You're
attempt
working.
to, but there's a couple things that I would sort of give you as you're getting collectively spun up to do this. If that transport ship's here, that means that either they have a way to either initiate a signal to open some sort of gate that allows them to slip through Horizon realms, or there's some sort of information timer, etc., that they know about. You doubt that it's a one-way trip for them, but even that is possible. If you want to knock out their communications, the meme cannon is literally the thing that is meant to do that. That's what it's meant to do. As far as disabling the ship or trying to power it down, you need to make some sort of called shot for their generators or engines to keep them from being able to go anywhere or do anything. You could at least, with the railgun, probably penetrate the capital scale armor that's on that ship and force them into repairs for a long time.
I want to take down that giant blue fireball gun.
Oh,
That's my first action.
We all
'Cause
want
if they can't defend themselves, we're in a much stronger bargaining position.
that is probably very accurate. Okay, so crew, go ahead and tell me how you're going to convince your counselor, the person who's supposed to ease tensions, to be bait.
I did my part.
Can you keep them talking for 10 minutes so I can take another recovery?
I don't think so.
10 minutes, I'll tear that ship apart.
Yeah, I don't think 10 minutes is going to be possible, Quinn.
Rats.
What do you need, Quinn?
I just wanted a chance to catch my breath, but depending on what we're going to try to target first, I can maneuver the ship to get a better shot. That's probably the best I can do right now. Or get us out of here if it gets too hairy.
Can he use me as an asset to help?
How would you like him to use you as an asset exactly?
I can
Well,
help
no.
pilot. I am trained in piloting
I'm just trying
and
to.
navigation.
I'm just trying to make sure
We're-
I know what's going on
No,
here.
it's not. That's that's different.
He can certainly use you as an ass because you can certainly do that. We know that. You just did that on the comm.
I was being brash. That's the new word of 2026.
Oh,
We're
sure.
being
Yeah.
brash.
Brash. Yes, of course. Okay. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Use me and abuse me, Quinn. Where do you
Okay.
want?
If you could be ready in case things go hairy to punch us out, I will concentrate on getting us to wherever the sergeant wants to hit.
I've had it targeted for the past 12 seconds.
Okay. And that's where I'm going to go.
Quinn, you think basically a sort of sudden and immediate surge from the engines to sort of swoop in to get really close to this thing is probably your best bet. And then it's essentially a called shot for the sergeant to try to disable a specific weapon. With no tow cable, half the fighters you think they might have available to them. Those fighters weren't like starfighters. They were probably more like reconnaissance fighters, if anything, that had some weapons just in case. And
I said, prepare to be boarded.
well, that's
Never mind.
Right.
Where are the fighters now? I want to keep those in mind.
They're basically in the midst of redocking with their vessel.
Oh, okay.
There is certainly a way that you could potentially pull this off, but it's going to take a fancy piloting roll from you.
Okay.
We'll
Well, I got some effort back, so we'll see.
We'll stay out of rounds for the moment.
Just tell me when, Captain. Unless you want Tamara's to
Yeah, I'd like to
gas hands.
I think our best bet is just to go for it.
go for damaging them.
If that's what you're going to do, Captain, then there's no need for me to call them just sudden sharp while they're not focusing on us.
I don't want to. I don't want to hurt people. I want to disable the ship.
Yeah, I don't think we have a choice there, Captain.
Okay. Hey, Rakam, how many lives are on that ship? Are you able to tell?
I am not, Captain.
Okay.
Captain
Well-
requesting permission to fire on the weapon system.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Do it, Quinn.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, so piloting roll difficulty is 5 standard
Okay.
for this type of a maneuver.
Okay.
So you
let's do
can
some-
buying down. Sure, go for it.
Okay. I'm down 2 because of my piloting.
Yep.
Can I use the captain at this point?
You can certainly
As
use her as a directive asset.
Okay. So that takes it down 1 more.
Mm-hmm.
Ship skills.
So I'm now at 2. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go with 2.
Okay, 6 or better.
6 or better. And there we go. A number 7.
Okay. He is coming in really, really fast, Sergeant. You were not prepared for this much speed from the vessel and immediacy, but the tracking reticles are trying to keep up. And because this is a direct military strike, as far as Rakam is concerned, he will
Yep.
give himself the asset ability for you to use.
Yep, I was going to ask for directing any and all sensor capacity we have toward the accuracy of this particular shot.
Certainly.
I've jacked in already, so that's 2. I will spend 1, 2, 3 speed, so that's 3. Heavy weapons, I am practiced. So, all right. So we're down 3.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Alakablam. That was almost a 20. I'll take a 16.
Okay. You are going to fire, and a 16 is just enough as called shots raise the difficulty level. You impact the side of this cannon. It's not a direct hit, but you watch the outer sort of conal portion of this weapon crumble as an enormous slug from the railgun hammers into it. Captain, you planning on using the meme weapon by chance?
I am. I'd like them not be able to get out any communications or buoys or anything, any last ditch efforts to try to communicate with the third horizon.
Sure. Sorry, go ahead, Sergeant. I clipped you there.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was just saying direct hit, Captain.
Nice job. All right, so I'm gonna use my meme cannon.
You're gonna meme them.
Meme 'em.
Which meme are you going to use?
For the memes.
The rainbow cat one or whatever. Like.
Oh yeah, you're gonna use nine cat.
I get a 17.
Okay. So you flub their ship with rainbow cats with Pop-Tarts on their back. It's not a meme that anyone here would understand. In fact, it's an older meme, but it checks out. And you get the idea that you get the report back from her comm that says, yes, Captain, their sensors seem to be a little bit confused. I would suggest a surgical strike on the engine bays.
Twist my arm.
I'm not physical. I can't do that.
Figure of speech. Come on. Work with me here.
Okay. So Quinn, you continue to fly. You're going to have to, if you want to strike on their engine generators, you're going to have to invert the ship. Because, of course, it's a top-mounted railgun, so you're going to have to fly the ship inverted, so that way the sergeant will have an opportunity to shoot.
If that's what needs to be done, then hopefully that's what will be done.
Okay.
Dorsal to aft.
So if we keep the same as we did before, are we still target 5 down to target 2?
Correct.
Okay. So expending an experience point, as long as it's not a 1, we can expend an experience point. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
So if I roll a 2,
correct.
I can, okay,
Yes.
I'm going to spend my last experience point that I have in my repertoire.
Love it. Love it.
And I get a 9.
Okay. That is enough. You invert the ship. And he basically takes your horizon, Sergeant, and flips it, does a barrel roll and gives you enough time. And you see this sort of the ass end of this transport ship where the main body of the transport ends and those very impressive engines begin. You know that there is like the connective hallways and sort of collateral corridors and power systems that are going to run right through the back of this where their generators are going to be at. Mm-hmm. And you see Mercom put like basically like a wire red line that says, like an arrow. It's here. That's his assist.
Copy that. Weapons hot. Firing now.
And I use my encouragement here to ease his shot.
Okay.
Look, I got a thing and I'm good at the thing. I'm going to do the thing.
Do the thing. Be encouraging.
All right. So I will spend I don't know how hard the shot is. It's a called shot again, right?
It is a called shot. Yep.
Okay. So I will spend down to 1 point of speed to ease it twice. So that's -4 total, right? Between me. Oh no, 5. Can we do that? Can we do -5?
Here's what you can do. You can use the ship as an asset.
Well, Rakam's 1, right?
He is 1.
I spent 2.
You spent 2. There can be a
Tamara's
skill involved for firing heavy weapons if that's a trained and or specialized skill that you have.
I'm just practiced.
Okay, so there's no deduction there. And then what else do we have?
Tamarisk.
That's 4.
That's 4.
Mhm.
Interface was 5.
Interface is 5. That's so it's either the ship assisting you. So Shurikam is assisting you as an NPC would assist you, like in that way. So your equipment assist comes from the data link.
Okay.
So that's 5. Yeah, that's about as much as you probably can get.
Okay, here we go. With a 16, poor ship. Poor ship. Nice to know you. Oh, that's a nice, lovely red line you got there.
Okay. Sorry, what was the roll?
16.
Good enough. So there is this, again, this sort of mechanical movement above you as the cannon reloads. And then there is that whoomph, that sound that the ship makes when it fires the railgun. And you watch as the round pierces into basically the tailbone of this ship. And there's this blossom of damage and fire that comes out. And as Quinn, as you sort of complete the barrel roll and get out from behind the ship, you watch the sensor cameras that are on the periphery flip, like the screens flip as you pass the ship to continue to track what happens behind you. And you watch one of their 3 engines sort of dim, and the central one dims, and then the other 2 sort of begin to slowly get darker and darker. And little lights aboard their ship all along the sides of it sort of begin to wink out.
Box 1, direct hit.
Nice job.
Now you need to run.
Running.
Running to the far side of the planet, as was the plan before.
Yes. Unless I am
Are they-
overruled.
No, they're disabled now, right? They-
Well,
Going
you don't
nowhere.
know if they're completely disabled, but they're definitely not moving anywhere until that is repaired. And that is going to take a considerable amount of time. That is if they have the ability to repair that kind of damage. I mean, maybe they do, but it's going to still take time. They're going to float in space for a little while. So they're definitely slowed down. They're certainly not going to fight you.
Were those vessels that attacked us capable of landing? Like, do they appear to be planet worthy, like
Unknown.
atmospheric?
They might be
Okay.
atmospheric, but even if they are, if there's only a handful of them, you have
I'm just acting under the assumption that they have people on the planet. Like they definitely have some sort of forward position.
it's possible.
I would assume if they're claiming this planet.
If they've claimed the planet, your assumption, Sergeant, is that they've already dropped people on planet, and that there might be Order of the Pariah forces, colonists, probably an advanced guard that is waiting on planet somewhere.
Captain, this may seem brash, but considering the fact that they probably have a forward position on the planet already and we've disabled their space-worthy defenses, giving them time to recover, communicate, and assess the situation would likely result in a detrimental attempt to colonize this place if it's suitable. I would recommend, if we were going to choose a position, to advance on their forward position and disable it before they can mount a defense of any kind. They're not going to stop.
You said so. You're saying to take out their ship?
Not their ship,
Oh,
whatever their forward position is, because if they have landers or ships to return to the vessel, we would need to cut off support. This fight is over, but it's just going to carry on. We have an opportunity now, while they're crippled, to put them down.
I don't see any other planets for us to inhabit, or for the
Well,
second horizoners.
This are the nice jungle people.
Nice.
They did throw fruit at us.
They-
They did. They threw fruit.
But what
at
they
you.
didn't throw? They didn't throw energy weapons, lasers,
Nope.
and gospel. So
Go inhabit the jungle planet. I still don't think that was like that's a last resort. Yeah, let's let's go down to the planet. Let's evaluate the situation.
Yeah.
Any votes for or against that?
Now we need to check it out anyway. So
we couldn't very well ask, the colonists to come here knowing it's occupied by a potentially hostile human force of colonists who will contest the position.
So the plan is to head down to the planet? Okay. Well, so what we are going to do today is we are going to pause our story there. We're going to head down to the planet and investigate what the Order may have sent there. While we do that, what we are going to leave you with is a friend of the show. And when I say friend of the show, I mean really close friend of the show, and that's our friend Bunny Hearted, who's currently playing some games. We're going to go raid her and go say hello. So we want to thank you for sticking with us today, and I look forward to seeing many, many of you next time. Okay? Before we raid out, though, I want to give my cast the opportunity to say goodbye in their own way and let us know what they're up to in their own ways and spaces and places. So please take it away.
Hi, I'm Morgan, and I played Captain Amara Kazra today on our Children of Periphery stream, and our pronouns are she, her. And yeah, you can find me on the Old Ways Discord, Blue Sky, I don't know, other places, probably mostly on the Discord. Anywhere you can find me is Jedi Girl or Jedi Gal. And yeah, jump on the Discord, come chat with us. I do other shows as well, including Adventures in Dragon Pass and not Pass, Past. No Pass.
Pass.
Whatever.
Pass, definitely.
So, hey everybody, I've only had one thing of caffeine today. Woo! And I also I did 4 years or 5 years as Lillian Lane in Mask of the Neural. What's up? Listen, just get on the damn Discord. Come find us. We'll tell you all about it. That's all.
Yes, come Discord. Talk to Morgan about TV shows and movies because she loves that, and spreadsheets. So next to Captain Amara.
Hi, I'm Mav. I play Tamaris Ganvari. Our pronouns are they, them. I am the head of Mythos Horror here on the Old Ways. Currently running the Trail of Cthulhu campaign Silver Screams. We just released our most recent episode this week, I believe. So please do check that out. It's quite a lot of fun. You can find me on the Old Ways Discord and Blue Sky, as well as Maverick of Mayhem, where I love discussing all things Cthulhu and Star Trek, other nerdy things. You can find my scenarios on DriveThruRPG under the name Rena Henze. I do have a scenario coming out in the upcoming Year of the Goat anthology, celebrating all things Shub. And I have a scenario coming out fairly soon, hopefully in the next month or so, called The Man Who Sold the World, which is a 1970s scenario with a little bit of inspiration, just a tad, from David Bowie.
Fabulous. Next to Tamaris.
Hi, this is Skip. I have been playing Quinn Keller, the lucky pilot of our merry crew here. I go by Commodore Skip on the Discord channel, so you can catch me pretty much everywhere there. I do my own little horse and pony YouTube show called Coffee with the Commodore. It comes up about every other week. And we're looking to expand that a little bit, have some guests on. So I'm kind of in the process of talking with some people behind the scenes that will help me out with that. So you can catch me, like I said, on the Discord. It's Commodore Skip. I'm also got coming up. It was recently announced that Shadow of the Demon Lord will be appearing on the Old Ways. I'm very excited to be running an awesome group for that. So it's a great table, and I hope you're going to enjoy that. You can also catch me over on BlackCreekPodcast.com. I play a special agent in charge, Garth Black, as that is a Delta Green actual play, and it has a very, very cool old radio serial vibe. So if you remember the old radio shows from the 1940s, 50s, heavily produced, it's very cool. Go over and check that out.
Absolutely. Last but most certainly not least.
Hi, I'm Lecco. I've been playing Sergeant Montgomery Donald Ducky Sinclair, the mechanical strong legionnaire specialist who fuses flesh and steel. I am also the founder of Retro Games Boutique, a vintage game curation and restoration channel and shop with regularly scheduled shows on Whatnot at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can find and bookmark the shows in the link that is just sent to the chat. And currently, I'm sitting at something like 430 5-star reviews with less than 1 day shipping time. We get it done. So go ahead and check us out if you're into retro games and want to hang out and watch things get cleaned or sold.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Congratulations on that. And then, as I mentioned before, we are going to raid out to Bunny Hearted. They are currently doing a charity stream to support Trans Lifeline. So want to make sure we stop in and say hi to them. And for the rest of the cast and the old ways and what we do, a couple of things that will remind you of. There are some announcements coming in the next month or so you'll want to pay attention to. There's going to be some more fun here on stream. And we certainly look forward to that. So from all of us to all of you, have a great rest of your Saturday.